The people that are meant to be in your life, you don't have to fight for to keep them around. You don't have to fight for them to show up. The people that are meant to be in your life will be in your life because they are able to see and be present with the real you. Now, a lot of times what can happen is as kids, if you felt like you had to be a different way in order to gain the approval or validation of mom and dad, you might think that you need to be that way as an adult and create energy dynamics and energy patterns to play that pattern out. You might even attract people into your life that are hard to please because the belief is that if you could please them, then you could feel safe. Then you could feel enough. So understand that a huge shift will happen in your life when you begin to become aware that you being you is a beacon that allows the right people to find you. And when you stop trying to prove yourself to other people, so much energy frees up. Because you're no longer playing that game. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Letting go of caring what people think, letting go of wanting or needing validation or approval. I'm going to be answering questions through the unknown of whatever you ask. So right now I am in that of Amsterdam. Look at that. That is outside my window. Isn't it nice? It's kind of cloudy. But I'm just rolling with what we got here, okay? I can demand as much as I want that it be sunny. I'm like, I just came from California where we are spoiled with good weather. I'm like, I'm used to sun almost all day except for a few hours in the morning. Where's the sun? And I actually like it. I like it. It's a little cooler out here. I like it. It's like 60s, which I don't know what it is in Celsius. Probably most of you watching this right now are either, where are you guys from? Are you guys from, I'm recording this at 12 o'clock Amsterdam time, which I'm trying my best not to keep thinking about what time it is back home because it's like 2 or 3 in the morning LA time. But probably a lot of you are probably on my live right now that normally wouldn't be on my lives because you're in Australia or somewhere else. So what if I came all the way to Amsterdam just so I could go live and then have people join my live that normally wouldn't because I'm up at a different time? Yeah, we've got Ireland, Australia, we've got Brazil, we've got Australia. We got a couple people from Australia. I just came here to hang out with my Australian people. Just kidding. Yeah, some of you are still in LA. Some of you are in LA. What time is it? Don't tell me what time it is in LA. I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Don't you dare tell me. Okay. If we never got validation, how can move forward without this? So when it comes to validation and approval, here's the thing. Many people play the game subconsciously of wanting validation and approval. And what they think they want is validation or approval. But validation and approval, we only want if we've given up on deep connection and love. Think about that. Validation and approval is what we believe is the condition to feeling love. Approval and validation is something that maybe you didn't get naturally growing up, so you think you want it, but it's superficial. What you really want is love and connection. Am I right? I mean, maybe I'm just putting ideas in your head, but let me ask you this. If you're watching this right now, or after the fact or whatever, would you rather have validation or love? Which one would you rather have? I would guess that almost every single one of you would rather have love than validation. The only reason you want to be validated or approved of is because you believe that it is a condition you need to meet in order to then be loved. And what I'm saying is that condition as a kid, exactly, everyone's saying love. Love is what you really want. Well, guess what? Funny enough, the more you try to be validated, the more you try to get approval, the less you will actually be validated or approved of. Because other people can't validate when you're trying to get validation. Like if you were to go out into the world and you're like, I want to be validated, and you're hoping people validate you, people subconsciously will resist validating you because also subconsciously they can feel that you want it. And people don't want to be manipulated. Do you guys see this? This is a huge shift that happens when you realize this. Is that you have to be okay. Think about this. You have to be okay with whether people choose you or not. That's when you really give people the ability to decide. When you demand they choose you, they can't choose you, and they're going to rebel against choosing you because they can feel that you're trying to manipulate them subconsciously, even if you're not aware of it. It's the same thing with validation. You have to be okay with whether someone validates you or not. Now, here's the funny thing about validation and choosing that will completely shift your life from the inside out. Are you ready? As kids, when you were in a classroom and someone was passing around a note, imagine you passed around a note to your crush. You said, "Do you like me? Yes or no?" And you gave them you gave them that slip. You gave them that. And then you had them choose whether they liked you or not. Yes or no. And what can happen is that act of subconsciously doing that was putting that power outside of you. For most people, because whatever their answer is, people internalize. If you are okay, see what most people do, I've seen spiritual, it's funny when people do this. When you set yourself up to where you can't get rejected, it's an energy where you're trying to avoid the pain of being rejected, but you're not really giving people the choice to decide. Here's a funny example. You ever see people that have Instagram polls, and it's like, do you ever feel this way? And it's like, yes, and then it's like, the other answer is not no. It's yes, or it's like, no, I don't understand, please tell me more. No, what if someone just doesn't agree with you? We want to blockade. I do not want to feel any rejection or abandonment whatsoever. So instead of saying yes or no, it's yes and no, please tell me more. No and don't tell me more. But what I'm saying is your breakthrough is let people say no. Let people choose you or not. Let people validate you or not. And what people do when they demand someone to validate them, to like them, is it's manipulative energy. Do you see that? So if you want to be chosen, you have to give up the outcome and let people choose you or not. Now, why can you let someone choose you or not? Why can you let someone validate you or not? Because when you were a kid and you gave away the little paper that says, do you like me, yes or no? You've just been playing that game where you think their answer is something you internalize. When you like you validate you, and you choose you don't need other people to do so. And when you don't need them to do so, guess what? You're way more attractive. You are so magnetic and attractive when you don't need anyone else to validate you or approve of you because you choose and validate yourself. Now, let's take this a step deeper because this could also be a darker story around this because then it's like you get some people, like there are people that are watching this right now that maybe should care what other people think. This is the funny thing. You ever see there's like a meme or something, it's like, there's a meme out there that says something like, you need to put yourself first. And there's like a controlling, manipulative person or somebody that puts themselves first all of the time, that's reading that going and liking it and going, yes, I need to put myself first. For some people, the breakthrough may be the opposite side of that, of actually caring what people think. Isn't that interesting? There's a paradox here. This is a paradox in reality that we experience, where both can actually be true. But here's the difference. When you choose to get your sense of self-confidence and self-worth from values you live by, I choose the values of vulnerability, authenticity, and integrity. Those are my values. Very powerful. I got probably more, we all have more values, but I live according to those values, which means that if someone doesn't validate or approve of me, those values are something I feel confident in, so it's okay if they don't. I'm not using that to internalize my sense of self-worth. I know who I am. Does that make sense? So choose to live according to values that are important to you. And just know and understand that not everyone's going to be your cup of tea. Not everyone's going to resonate with you. And guess what? It's okay. Why is it that we started to believe that we needed everyone to like us? Now, there's that double-edged darker thing that I'm talking about here, where it's like on the opposite side of the spectrum, you could go around not care what anybody thinks. So you could be super entitled and you could just walk and kind of steamroll over people. Now, of course, this video is not for them. It's not. I doubt you're watching this video right now. However, the thing to this to become aware of is, where are you on that? Where is your breakthrough for you? See, someone says, I want everyone to like you. I want everyone to like me. Why do you want everyone to like you? And is that actually true? Do you want everyone to like you? You believe you want everyone to like you, and that's why you're trapped. I'll break it down right now for you. Is it true that you want everyone to like you? I'm here in Amsterdam right now, and I imagine that, like, I was walking the streets here, and I was like, where's Jack the Ripper? It was like when I was like a younger kid, you learn about Jack the Ripper. Ooh, and I'm like, was that in London or Europe or Amsterdam or something? I was like thinking of history and how in the United States, like, a lot of the places are newer, but there's like old buildings here. Do you want Jack the Ripper to like you? Do you want certain people in society? Think of somebody that you despise their values. You don't agree with somebody. Find somebody you don't like and say, do you want that person to like you? Do you care whether they like you or not? You know, it's funny. I think about this energetically when I was watching a movie on the plane. This is gonna sound embarrassing, but I'm vulnerable. I'm vulnerable. I was watching this movie on a plane, and it was kind of embarrassing because it made me cry. I was like crying. It was a sad movie. It was a good movie though. It was called A Fault in the Stars or something. It was like this love story between these two kids that, like, anyways, they're gonna die or something, and they love each other and all that. It was an amazing movie. But in it, at one part of the movie, they actually come to Amsterdam. I watched it because I'm coming to Amsterdam, and it said that Amsterdam was in the movie. So I was like, okay, I watched this. And then I didn't realize how sad it was. And I was like, the flight attendant's like, do you need anything? I'm like, no, I'm okay. I was like trying to cover my face. I was like, I look so ridiculous right now. But it's okay. I could feel what I feel. But in this movie, there's this girl and this guy that are like dating and stuff. And yeah, it was an amazing movie. And basically, she wants to come. She's got this illness where she can't like really travel, but she wants to come to Amsterdam to meet this author that she loves. Her and her boyfriend, they love this author. They come here. They meet the author, who is a really well-known actor. What's his name? Some of you will know his name. He was in, like, I remember him from Spider-Man. He was not the Green Lantern, the Green Goblin in one of them. He's been around for a long time. Yeah, The Fault in Our Stars is the name of the movie. Anyways, he turns out, they go meet this author that they get the chance to meet, and they're super excited. I get to meet this author. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to go to Amsterdam and meet this author. They come here to meet the author, and they find out he's an alcoholic who is very rude. And their assistant is the one that actually, this author's assistant is the one that had them come, thinking that these two kids that came are going to, like, revitalize his ability to see the impact he's having. He turned out to be just, like, rude. Yeah, William Dafoe. I knew someone's going to have it. William Dafoe, amazing actor, by the way. And what happened is as William Dafoe was being rude, they were, like, shocked because they were putting him on a pedestal. They're like, we've read your book. We think you're amazing, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you kids with these diseases. And he was, like, talking them down. And they got, like, super, not what they expected. They ended up leaving. And they ended up still having a great time in Amsterdam. They were on dates and stuff like that, whatever. They only had so many months to live. Sad movie. Amazing movie. Anyways, what happened is I don't want to give away the ending of the movie if some of you watch it, but basically she has the opportunity to meet William Dafoe again at the end of the movie, and her energy's completely shifted. She wanted nothing to do with him because of how rude he was the first time, but the energy shifted. Then he was like trying to like talk to her, and the energy shifted. Now, what shifted in that energy dynamic where before they were kind of letting themselves get talked down to by this drunk William Dafoe actor, and then all of a sudden, or towards the end of the movie, she just doesn't care. She's good either way, and now he's like wants her attention. He's trying to like be nice to her. The energy shifted. She no longer wanted his validation or approval. She let go. And now when somebody says, I want everyone to like me, if you met somebody and you have all these projections of that person and you met them just like they did in this movie and this guy turns out to be a rude alcoholic, would you still want that person's validation or approval? Maybe not. Do you want the validation and approval of controlling people? Of narcissistic people? Do you want the validation and approval of... You don't want the validation... You don't want everyone to like you. You say you do, but you don't. Because you believe you do, that's why you're trapped. You don't want everyone to like you. What if people could not like you and that's okay? Freedom is the ability to not have everyone like you. Freedom is the ability to be disliked. Let people not like you. They can like you or not. You're good either way. You see, that's where true freedom is. True freedom is when you can let people not like you, and that's okay. When did you decide that you had to get them to like you or approve of you? That causes so much resistance. Causes you to maybe change your frame in a certain way, be a different way. Start questioning that belief to begin with. You don't need everyone to like you. You only want the people that like you to be people that you resonate with at a deep level, but they like you not because you want them to like you. They like you because you're just being you. So who do you believe you have to be loved? That's the question. Because those conditions that you have as a kid are the conditions that you may be playing out those conditions now as an adult. You become energetically free when you stop playing the game of, do you like me or not? Do you choose me or not? Let people like you or dislike you. Let people choose you or not. That's when you're free. There's the whole like, to think or not. Is it to think or not? That is the question. To be or to be not? To not be. That is the question. Is it to choose me not? Okay. You know? It's like you picking the flower, you're like, he loves me not. He loves me not. You're choosing to believe that picking the flowers things off a flower decide whether someone likes you or not. That's really probably more of a side effect of OCD than anything else. I'm going to let reality tell me whether I'm worthy or not. And that's really what this, to be or not to be, that is the question. Is it? Is that really the question? That's what people say. Do I choose myself or not? When you choose you, when you validate you, now even when you validate you, let's look at that. Is that even true? When you validate your inner child, when you choose your inner child, your nervous system might relax and then you don't need other people to choose you as much or validate you as much because you're with a part of you that felt not seen, heard, soothed, and nurtured as a kid. That's part of it. But remember, validation and being chosen is a side effect of playing the game of believing that it's a condition you need to feel loved. When you realize you can be loved for simply being you, that's when you're going to be free. What are the conditions you have for love? What are the conditions you have that are basically saying, if I get love and approval or I'm chosen, then I can feel love for myself? Here's the thing. Most of the people you attract in your life that you think that you attracting them into your life is going to make you happy or complete you, what you really like is not even them as much as it's who you get to be when you're around them. It's what they bring out of you. So what that means is you're playing the game of, do they like me or not? I'm giving my power outside of myself or not? Do they choose me or not? You are the common denominator. This is one of the biggest shifts right here that I just shared, and all the Instagram lives I've ever done, out of all the YouTube videos I've ever done, that can really shift your life. It is understanding that the game you are playing is what is determining what kind of people you're attracting into your life. And believing that they are something you need to get on board is where the problems happen. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone else. When you choose you, you'll be more free. When you realize that the person you are when you're around them is what you like, because of the emotions you feel, you realize you are the common denominator. It makes letting go a lot easier. But if you believe that someone else is going to be the other half and they're going to complete you, you're going to give them a lot of pressure. Do you see that? You are going to give them so much pressure. And that's going to resist that which you want. So realize that if there's anything you've got out of this video so far, it's that when it comes to validation or approval, you might think, I want everyone to like me. I want everyone to choose you. And I'm here to tell you, you don't. As the external authority to you that tells you how you feel, I say you really don't. But what I'm saying is, question that. Do you really want everyone to like you? Maybe you do. Do you want all narcissists, controlling people, manipulators, psychopaths, sociopaths to like you? Maybe you do. I want them all to like me. Okay, cool. What I'm saying is you probably don't want that. Maybe you do, I don't know. But if you were to want all of those people to like you, your job is now, how do I get that approval and validation? You have a full-time job. Where is there time to be you? Where is there time to be authentic? Because here's the thing. If you need this person's validation, this person's validation, this person's validation, you might have to be a different person for every one of those people. That's not authentic. But when you're being authentic and you're being you, you can detach from outcome. And you can then just have the confidence of you being in your own frame. Does that make sense? So that's what I'm saying, is when it comes to these energies, what you really like that you perceive of in other people is you like the person you are when you're around them. This takes the pressure off. Because otherwise you play that game of, do you like me? Do you approve of me? Do you choose me? You're only playing that game because you believe that is a condition that there is to feeling love. And let's be honest, does validation and approval really make you happy? Does it really even make you feel connected? Because most of the most validated people in the world, celebrities, look at Justin Bieber, look at the people that get more validation than you could ever imagine. Are they happy? How can somebody with so many followers and so many people that want to be in their life feel so alone? Because feeling alone doesn't have anything to do with whether people are around you or not. Feeling alone has to do with whether you feel connected. People see and hear the real you. But the only reason you're playing the game of validation and approval is because as a kid, if you didn't feel validated or approved of, you will search for it on the external. You've made other people in your reality mommy and daddy. Instead of, it might be your boss, it might be the people that you're around the most, it might be friends. Replaying that back. Do you approve of me or not? And what I'm saying is question that altogether. If you say, I want everyone to like me, like someone said in this chat, no, you don't. You don't want psychopaths to like you, but you just said you want everyone to like you. Why do you want psychopaths to like you? Why would you want them to like you? They're going to be attracted to you. They're going to come. They're going to hang out with you. They're going to wonder where you're at. They're going to invite you to parties. They're going to want supply from you. Supply. Someone's asking, what is the difference between love and validation? They're very different energies. Even asking the question shows that in your mind and your psyche, you've connected the two. Let me ask you this, can someone validate you without loving you? And when you think of love and validation, love is connected to the heart and is connected to depth. Validation is connected to a condition that you believe if you get, then you can feel love. Then you can feel connected. Validation normally is also connected to ego. The ego wants to do. The ego is in survival. Love is unconditional. Love is without conditions. Love doesn't have to do anything to prove itself. So think about that too when it comes to proving yourself to other people. You don't have to fight to get other people on board to see the real you. If you're playing that game, then you'll believe you have to. But that's only because also the ego's in survival, and the ego is doing what it thinks it needs to do so that it can feel safe and relaxed. But a lot of what I do, and a lot of the work that I do, is around letting go of attachment. It's around letting go of the attachment to the ego's desire to control. Because if I could control reality, then I could feel good. This is a lot of times the dark side of people that want to manifest their dream life. You want to manifest it and think about it and experience what you think about so that you can experience it in reality. Because if I can think it and feel it and experience it and then experience it in outer reality, I feel safe and comfortable in what I know. And then I can get the delusion to think that I did that. God does that. The divine does that. It might happen through you, but it's not you that did it from the ego's perspective. You didn't do that for fight or flight. Just made a YouTube video talking about this. About Joe Rogan was talking to Matthew McConaughey about he was talking about comedy, and when you're really in a good flow in comedy, you're like a passenger. You're not doing it. I go further and say it's like flowing through you. You're not thinking thoughts and reorganizing everything. It's just happening. It's happening through you. And when it's happening through you, you're not doing, controlling, and trying to manipulate other people to approve of or like you. You're just being you. And when you're just being you, that's when you're magnetic. When you're letting God flow through you, that's when you're magnetic. That's the next level of consciousness. Whatever name you want to give it, by the way. God, the divine, the universe, whatever. Something greater than you. And when you're in that state, you get ideas, you meet the right people, everything aligns. I know it's a spiritual word, right? Align. Someone was asking earlier, dude, so 1 million subscribers on YouTube, was that for validation? For a while, there was for sure an element of my own ego that was like, getting 1 million on YouTube was like, I would feel, there was a certain level of like symbol that was for me, for my ego to feel validated, for sure. Even somebody, and that same guy asks, I can tell you really pressing this, do I make content for validation? There are times I make content for validation. There are times I make content to just add value, but it's probably a little bit of both. It's validation that I'm still a coach that helps people, validation that I can let new ideas flow through. The ego comes through and it'll have desires, and I'm willing to look at that, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Now, do I let that run me? I'd say no. Do I let every time I make a video, like when I first started video, there's an intention that this live video that's going to be like 40 minutes long, 30 minutes long, there's a desire that this video, like people see it. Which means I put pressure in the first couple seconds for it to be a hook that gets people to watch the rest of the video, because I can get into a flow state 3 minutes into the video and it can be the most epic flow state I've ever been in. But if the first minute isn't good, no one will watch it. So there's like an agenda in the first minute, and I'm aware of it, and I do want people to watch it. But there's also a part of me that's like has to let go and not care either way and just be authentic. So it's a dance. It's a dance. Now it's the same for validation. There's an awareness that there's an ego part of me that wants to get views, that wants to spread the message, that wants to feel strong in my sense of ability to like be successful in the world. At the same time, is that going to completely run me? That's the question. There's also the intention of wanting to tap into a flow state, wanting to come up with new ways of creating ideas, wanting to pinpoint different ideas together in a powerful way, connecting with all of you is an intention, answering your questions, being of support to all of you. Both two things can fundamentally be true at the same time. And I think that's where there's a lot of power in recognizing and being honest with themselves. You know, some people ask me at a live event recently, somebody asked like, what's the difference between projection and intuition? And my answer for her was that, and people assume like I don't project, I don't know, because I have a spiritual channel or something like that. Like, I'm like, I project all the freaking time onto my friends, onto other people. I was at a restaurant here yesterday and I was projecting. And I caught myself. I go to this restaurant yesterday, and it's here. It ended up being a freaking incredible restaurant. I go to this restaurant wanting to get in because I'm hungry. It's like 6 o'clock in the afternoon, Amsterdam time. Haven't eaten that much, and I need to go to bed earlier. So I go in at 6 o'clock, and there's this guy there that works there at this really busy restaurant. There's a whole bunch of restaurants not busy. There's this one restaurant that's busy. And I saw online they had all this healthy-looking food, and I'm like, I want to eat here. And it's right down the street from my Airbnb. I go in there. They're extremely busy. And I asked the guy, I said, hey, he goes, table for one or two. I said, table for one. Solo travel, just me. And he goes, it's going to be like an hour and a half wait. And I was like, really? Damn. He's like, you can come back at like 7. He's like, it'll be an hour. You come back, it was 5:30. He's like, you come back at 7. I'm like, dang. Come back at 7. But then what happened is like, he was kind of like quick to like shoo me out, but he was also busy and this place is really busy. But part of my projection was, this guy doesn't, like, I could tell by his energy, he was like frustrated. He probably thought by the way I dressed, maybe like, I don't know. There was all these projections that were there, like maybe he doesn't think I'll be a good customer, all of this stuff. I go back 20, he's like, do you want me to put you on the list? And I was like, no, I'll probably go eat somewhere else. I go away for 10 minutes and I come back after 10 minutes. I'm like, I want to eat there. I saw some other restaurants. I was like, I want to go there. So what I did is I go back in. These two women walk in front of me. They walk in, both of them. And they did not have reservations because they said that. We don't have reservations. This guy finds them a seat in the back of the, he goes, oh, there's a table right over here. So these two people get to go sit over there with no wait whatsoever, but I have to wait an hour and a half. Now in that moment that I have to wait an hour and a half, I'm like, I was kind of triggered because I'm like, I don't think I really had to wait. It's just that I was one. So there's a part of my ego mechanism that came into place. It's like, I'm going to tell this guy that I eat the amount of food more normally 2 or 3 people eat. I eat because I do intermittent fasting. I literally will order like 4 entrees. I ordered like 3 things when I ended up going. But for a while, I got triggered in the moment. I was like, I should tell him that I eat a lot of food so that then he knows I'm a good customer and I'll fight my way into being able to eat now and not waiting an hour and a half. But then what I did is I just let go. Maybe I can eat in an hour and 2 and it's like fine. Like, do I need to control the situation? Do I need to be triggered and be like, you let these other 2 people in and you said there was no, like, I have to wait an hour and a half. Why is that? That's not fair. Am I not worthy? So for an hour, I walked around and I just like chill. I was like, who gives a shit? So I went and hung out and I walked and it was a great time. And then I went back and I saw that same guy and I ended up like just letting go and I ate and it was incredible food. And I told the guy afterwards, he like was kind of like a waiter, manager or something. I was like, food is incredible. And he's like, I hope you come back tomorrow. He's like, I hope you come back. I was like, I'm here only for a couple of days. And I probably will go back because the food was that great. But also, the energy shifted when I shifted my perception of him. And also, like, I was like, I saw that he was just doing the best he could. Other people came in while I was eating because the place was so busy. And I noticed there were some people he would seat immediately. And there were some people he would make wait. It's not as personal as I thought it was. I think he's just doing the best he could, and there's times there's tables available in the moment, and there were 2 people that wanted to help, and maybe that helps because 2 people being helped is like the seats make more. I don't know. I just let go. And what I concluded is my projection was, this isn't fair. I'm going to eat as much food as 2 people. I don't want to have to wait. Or I could just not play that game altogether. Does that make sense? So basically what I'm saying is we all project no matter what. I just wasn't letting that projection run me. Just like we all at a certain level want validation and approval. But the degree is up to us. And are we letting it get in the way of connection and love? Does that make sense? So that's the insight for today. So many of you watching right now, what a time, you must be in like Australia. That's cool. We've had a lot of people on this call. We've had over 200 people almost the whole time. If you guys want, I'm doing an event next week in London. A lot of people are asking me if I'm running live events in, I'm in Amsterdam right now. I'm going to that of, where else am I going? Amsterdam. I'm going to Lisbon. I'm going to Spain. I'm going to London in a few days. The only live event I'm doing this year is in London. It's a 3-day live event and it's next weekend. If you want to join, respond London, LONDON. I'll send you the invite. Many people are flying in. It's a 3-day transformation for letting go of control, subconscious patterns that are running your life, how to feel more confident inside of yourself, how to feel more free, how to embody a new you and not fall back in old patterns. We do that through live hot seat coaching. We do that through live meditation. We do that through teachings, breathwork, etc. If you want to join, respond London. Other than that, I want to thank you guys for being here. I'm going to go get some B-roll. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go eat. I'm hungry. I think that's it for now. Other than that, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. As always, hope you guys have a great day. Peace, much love, and namaste. If you want to feel validated, chosen, or loved, one of the most powerful meditations for you to do is it's literally my most popular meditation on YouTube. Thousands of people in the comments have said they've attracted love using this meditation. Go look at the comments to even see what's possible so it increases your belief. And then do this meditation for the next 21 days and watch how your life changes. When you shift your energy and start to feel mind and heart coherence, that's where you start to see that reality shifts on the outside. So do this meditation for 21 days and watch what happens.
This meditation will change your